So I think I am that very lucky generation of Cameroonians. We were the first post-independent babies, right? Cameroon got its independence 1960, 1961, Francophone and Anglophone Cameroon, and I was born in 1965. So I was born into what was a very hopeful moment. I think my parents, who were both civil servants, who had both gone abroad to study and come back as professionals. I grew up in a household where the major objective was to build Cameroon. It was to build a nation, you know. They were the independence generation. They had fought for and obtained independence. So it was a very, very hopeful moment. And I can also say that I am a child of reunification. My parents were both Anglophone. One of them is from the Northwest Province, or was from the Northwest Province. One of them was from the Southwest Province. So we already have a bit of mix in the family background, a lot of diversity in the family background. And my father, who worked for the civil service in West Cameroon at the time, my mother was a nurse in West Cameroon at the time. My father got selected by John Gu Foncha to come with him to Yaoundé to join. When John Gu Foncha moved to Yaoundé as the vice president of the country, he selected my father as the director of cabinet to accompany him. So my family moved to Yaoundé in 1972. So really in the heart of reunification. And I have to say, looking back, that the seeds of what we know today as an Anglophone crisis were already present. I remember my parents being really disgruntled. My mother had culture shock after working in the Anglophone regions as a health professional and then coming to the health system in Yaoundé. She really had culture shock. It was a very different working environment, which she described as not professional, not clean, not putting the patient at the heart of the health business. And I remember conversations with my father of questioning and wondering about the decision they had made, because the promises were already not being lived up to. So unfortunately, it started very, very quickly. And of course, today with hindsight, we know that Ahidjo was a dictator. there's no question about it. And one of the things that Cameroonians don't know about our history is that after the independence of the Francophone side in January 1st, 1960, and the Anglophone side 1st of October 1961, both of these sides at that time had multi-party political systems. So there were multiple parties on the Francophone side, there were multiple parties on the Anglophone side. In 1962, Ahidjo took an edict. He had a presidential decree which impacts our lives till today. I think that is one of the most important documents in the history of Cameroon, because it created subversion of the state. Before that, we were allowed to have political opinions, political debate. It was very lively on both sides of the Mongo. The 1962 presidential decree states that if you have a political opinion which is contrary to that of the state, then you are subversive. So it criminalizes political debate and diversity in political opinion. So all of these things were already being questioned by 1972 when my family got to Yaoundé. My motivation to get into politics,